Yo, what's up, everybody? Wretched Wrestling Podcast. We're in a late edition tonight, so if y'all, woo, baby doll, I keep saying, woo. There you go. That was good. Woo. Nature Boy, stop. Every time I talk about Ric Flair, I end up doing a Dusty and Rhodes impression at the same time.
I know, why is that?
I don't know. It just kind of like slips off the tongue like that. You know
what I've noticed when I do I used to make fun of my Russian coworker a lot.
Yeah.
Every time we would do his voice, though, it would start to sound like Borat. I don't know why. It's very strange.
Really?
Yeah, it would sound like Borat. We'd be like, oh, why don't you beat your wife? And wah wah wee wah. Great success. Like, what? Wait, where did that come from? How did that come from?
He doesn't even speak like that.
Russian to Kazakhstan. I don't know. All right, guys, welcome to the Retro Wrestling Podcast. We're
Very
here.
nice.
Very nice. This podcast is not bad.
This podcast is brought to you by Stella Imported Beer from Belgium. We only drink the finest of beers and liquors and liqueurs. Sorry.
And agua.
And agua, too. You have to have agua. Agua is important for you. So let's get that shite.
I look disheveled again. I'm like, excuse me.
No, you look fine.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Fred.
You look fucking fine.
Go crazy on life. All right, we're going to just jump right into the 45th episode of the Retro Wrestling Podcast. Thanks for joining us here on the live feed. Let me count the number of viewers. None. Thank you for... Well, Fred's watching, so...
I'm watching me, starring me and Craig, on my iPhone. Alright, let's start this before I start going weird again.
It's already terrible. Terrible. Alright, guys, get ready for the live episode of the
Craig Dixon's joined. Oh my god, we got one.
Oh, we got one.
Ooh,
this sounds sexy.
I know. What a beast.
Alright.
Damn it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling
Podcast.
Fred's here.
Yeah.
Craig's here.
Yeah.
We're ready to start another episode of the WWP, episode 45.
45. 4, and then one more finger equals 5. 45.
Fred got it. Fred really nailed it on the head there with that one.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Sesame Street when I was a kid, so I know my letters and my numbers.
Is it the number of the day?
Number of the day.
All right, guys. That's all we have for this week.
We're in a late night edition of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. It's technically Saturday morning. Whatever date that is, the 13th. Who gives a fuck, right?
Yep, I have no idea.
We have no format whatsoever.
There is no format. There is no planning.
There's never really a format.
There's really never a format.
That's pretty sad.
I mean, I could say when we have a pay-per-view preview or a pay-per-view recap, we kind of have a little bit more of a system here. We go through the matches, preview them, give our predictions, and by the time we get done with it, it's like an hour. We're done with it. And then the recap, we talk about it, and we talk about the aftermath the next couple of days on Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. But then there's these in-between shows.
We're like, hey, we just met up in the street. Still want to do recording stuff?
And we kind of go like, what are we going to talk about today? And we go, so let's just jump into this past week of WWE programming and see what we have to talk about, Fred.
So should we really talk about the biggest news of them all?
Yeah, what's the biggest news, Fred?
David Otunga is still recording a movie, and Booker T is the biggest news. I know, I'm devastated as well. The biggest news is bad news.
It's very bad news.
Bad news, and we're not talking about bad news Brown. We're talking about real bad news.
So I think I actually talked about this last week. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns had their war at Payback. Which Roman Reigns lost pretty cleanly to... Fabulously to Braun. And Braun was pretty dominant throughout the whole match and kind of established him as maybe one of the next big heels of the company.
Yeah.
And I talked about after the show, they did this segment where he attacked him in front of an ambulance, again, even though the match was over and the pay-per-view was over. And I said something along the lines of, like, he ran full force into an ambulance door, and I'm like, that kind of looked like it hurt, and I'm kind of actually scared that might have been bad. Well, lo and behold, here we are, and he has injured his shoulder, and Braun Strowman needs surgery.
So he's out an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
I heard it was through sources, I've heard of the UCL injury.
That's not good. I know from hockey and baseball, that's not a good injury to have. He's going to be out for a while.
So I think it was almost going to be a Tommy John surgery.
Right.
Actually,
yeah.
They declared it not. Thank God.
It wasn't a full tear. It was a partial tear. So if it was a full tear, he would need Tommy John. And if you know anything about baseball, Tommy John surgery, that's a year minimum rehab. So,
and if I know anything about tears, it's really bad too. Trust me. It ain't pretty, folks.
Trust him.
Just trust me.
Fred Robinson.
Yes, exactly.
So this is kind of like a devastating news to the Raw roster.
Skip over that one.
They kind of had to, from what I've read, they've already been jumping around with the storylines. They don't really know how to recoup from this because Braun was supposed to face Brock Lesnar at supposedly at the July pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's off the cards now, and he's not going to be back until maybe SummerSlam. So Braun Strowman's out until possibly August. Yeah, so he's going to be out for a while. And so they kind of had to jumble the card a bit in their build towards the pay-per-views coming through the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. Brock Lesnar's not scheduled to face anyone at that pay-per-view anyway.
No, but he was Braun Strowman was scheduled to fight Roman Reigns in an ambulance match.
Right.
Ironically, and was supposed to actually win that match, so that kind of sucks. I'm not really a big fan of ambulance matches or stretcher matches any case.
Right, but it makes sense storyline-wise that they would have gone that way.
Right. I don't care how big of a human being you are. You should not run full force into an ambulance. Yeah. Because an ambulance is designed not to be destroyed.
Yeah, I said it last week.
That's the point of an ambulance.
When I watched it, it looked like he really did run full force into an ambulance door, and the door came unhinged, and he just ran right into the fucking wall after that. I'm like, what did they think was gonna happen with this?
That's like me running straight, full force into a brick wall.
Yeah.
And me not thinking I'm gonna be concussed or any brain damage.
Right.
You know?
Or you could even worse be like Shockmaster and just break through the wall and fall over and trip over the wall, and your helmet will come off. I mean,
I kind of wish you did pull a Shockmaster.
That would have been kind of cool, at least.
I mean, it would have fucked up, but at least he would still be here right now.
I mean,
I'm talking about he's dead. If he was still here right now.
Right. Well, so
Roman Reigns would be.
So on Raw, they decided to write him off storylines. So Kalisto challenged him to a match. Batista. Braun Strowman was there.
Batista.
Sorry.
You just watched Guardians of the Galaxy too?
I did. No, I didn't.
No, I did.
And he was wearing a sling. He's like, I don't want to wrestle because I'm not cleared to wrestle. And then he kicked his ass anyway. Even though he's injured and can't wrestle, he still kicked the fucking shit out of Kalisto.
Hi, Kalisto. Want to challenge you. I was like, oh, God.
By the way, what is with Kalisto's new intro? Have you heard this thing? It's like...
No, but he looks different, right? He's got a different mask now.
He's got a different, look. His theme song kind of reminds me of TJ Perkins. It's like a video game. It's like... And then it's like... And it's just... It's much faster now. It's very stupid. I don't think anybody cares that Kalisto needed a new theme song. But
yeah, they won't change Dolph Ziggler's music for 10 years straight or Zack Ryder's. But, hey, what's up, Kevin?
Hey, what's going on, Kevin?
Russell sucked. What? Kurt Russell? Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I forgot what he was talking about for a second.
I was like, Kurt Angle?
Sylvester Stallone was good in it for 2 seconds.
This is a devastating injury to the Raw brand because Braun was just coming into his groove and he was just gonna get that he was on that ladder to success and now
echelon
and it just pulled the rug out from under them and you can tell by the way things have been booked that they're kind of shuffling the deck now. Like Bray Wyatt wrestled in the main event against Dean Ambrose. Who gives a fuck? I'm sorry, I don't care about that match. But anyway, they wrote off Braun Strowman with Roman Reigns, basically confronted him after he kicked Kalisto's ass.
Yeah.
And he beat the shit out of him and, injured his arm some more. And that was how they wrote him off TV. I mean, it makes sense. That was who he was feuding with. So, great.
Aleister Black. No, I haven't seen Aleister Black. We haven't really been watching NXT lately.
Yeah, we've fallen way behind on NXT, so we don't know anything about what's going on in NXT right now. I'm
except for Sanity.
I'm current as of TakeOver Orlando, so I'm a little behind.
For anyone on the audio feed right here, we're talking to Kevin, baby. What's up? You returned, baby.
We're talking to Kevin on the live feed. If you guys haven't checked this out on Facebook,
then you're faggots.
Yeah, you're a bunch of fags. But you should like our Facebook page and watch our live feeds, usually Friday nights, sometimes Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Sometime between 11 and 12 Eastern Time. But anyway, so that's how they wrote off Braun Strowman.
The fuck sounds shit. Alright, sorry.
So I don't really know where they're gonna go with this now. I heard rumors that like now they don't really know what to do with the main event picture now that with Brock Lesnar eventually gonna come back. So Brock Lesnar's
I don't know at this point. What do you do? I mean,
and there's not only that. There's a couple pay-per-views before that. I think there's only one Raw pay-per-view before Great Balls of Fire. I still can't believe I'm saying those words. Those words are coming out of my mind. Great Balls of Fire.
There's so many good pay-per-view names you could like bring back into obscurity.
No. There's worse pay-per-view names
than Great Balls of Fire
that they haven't used that would still be better than Great Balls of Fire, like Ashtray. WWE Ashtray is better than
Factual Josh Peck.
WWE Factual Josh Peck better than Great Balls of Fire.
Oh my god. And
WWE Kane is the best wrestler in the world is better than the Great Balls of Fire. What the fuck?
WWE Roman Reigns is the best wrestler alive, and I want to kiss his ass.
Yeah,
that's a better name.
WWE Roman Reigns is schlong. Like it's all of these names are so much better than Great Balls of Fire. But I digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like sometimes I wake up with Great Balls of Fire, and it fucking sucks. That's kind of like hits home to me personally. So like I don't want to I'm not really invested in it too much.
You're not invested in Great Balls of Fire?
Nah, because, sometimes that happens, like, especially when you go to the bathroom, and I don't really want to get into that right now. We got things to talk about.
Do you have a UTI?
Is that like a television show?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that I watch it all the time.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. You should get... Okay, I'll DVR that.
Yeah, you should DVR
it. DVR UTI.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Thanks. All right. So, what else is going on in wrestling?
Yeah, let's go through Raw, see what happened. I can't even remember.
So, our favorite thing to talk about is how amazing and funny Dean Ambrose is.
God. Yeah.
And this week, he just topped it off, baby. Because he was the...
Kevin says he'd watch a WWE Ashtray. I would too.
I would too.
It's a great name.
I would watch an Ashtray over Great Balls of Fire.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yes, let's talk about Dean Ambrose. Let's talk about Dean Ambrose. Because he's been a running topic on our podcast.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Donna, what's up? I mean, we've talked about Dean Ambrose at length for many, many months.
It's my favorite thing to talk about.
But like, what is the deal with him? Like, I just can't put my finger on what exactly he's trying to do. Like, what is he trying to do?
He's trying to be funny, but he's not funny.
I mean, look, is it us?
I don't know.
I'm having trouble, like, even verbalizing what I'm trying to say, but, like, I find it so insultingly unfunny that it makes me angry. Does it make you angry, like, watching him try to be funny? Because, for me... I get so angry that I immediately fast forward everything Dean Ambrose is.
I just moan and groan whenever I hear anything that he remotely says.
It's the worst.
And moaning's okay, but not in that sense. So like with Dean Ambrose, right? I mean, he's just I mean, okay, so he was the general manager this week, and he shared it with The Miz.
Yeah.
And he tried to be, I don't know, man. What did he even say? I wish I have to quote Dean Ambrose, and, I couldn't even quote him this week, really.
Let's go through the Raw. We have the Raw results, because we both watched it, but I honestly couldn't tell you I couldn't tell you what happened. Raw opened with a shot of Dean Ambrose walking backstage. He got a phone call from Kurt again. By the way, again, had his phone on the call screen, not actually making a phone call, dial, I don't know how little they, proofread their stuff before they go out there, but can't Dean Ambrose just call anybody? Can he call his voicemail just so I see that he's actually dialing somebody on his phone? Because it's very insulting to me to see, hey, Dean, yo, Kurt, what's up? Yeah, and then And then nothing. Oh yeah, so Kurt Angle wasn't in. The Raw was taped in London this week.
Yeah.
So Kurt Angle wasn't there, which makes the show even worse than it could have possibly been.
So this was like 2 weeks that he hasn't been there.
Yeah,
It's like he's like pulling like a Shane O'Mac here, where he's not even on the fucking show. And Daniel Bryan's really not on the show that much either. Well, his wife did give birth to their daughter,
right.
Birdie.
Birdie.
That's a horrible name. No offense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Birdie Daniels.
God, yeah, that's terrible.
This is cold, but she's really gonna get this baby's gonna get picked on for the rest of her life.
Yeah, because she's a bird.
Yeah, she's like Dee Reynolds.
I just can't. I can't. And then for whatever reason, Kurt Angle decided to name Dean Ambrose the interim general manager of Raw for the week while Kurt's not there.
Oof.
Great. I'm so fucking happy. So that means we're gonna get a lot of Dean Ambrose shit. And then Stephanie McMahon names
The Miz
as the co-general manager of Raw. I mean, so this is where we're going. This is the best we can do at this point. Like,
the funniest thing was, I love when he goes, "When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut."
Yeah. Well, he always
I know, but every time he says that, I die laughing. It never gets old to me for some reason. I don't know why. I just love it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I call this. I don't know. I think that The Miz should have stayed on SmackDown.
I think he's done pretty well on Raw for the most part.
Yeah, but he's feuding for the Intercontinental. Well, I guess he's feuding for the Intercontinental Championship again. But I don't know. It's so many. I'm just afraid that this is going to be like one of his good feuds, and he's going to be gone. Like he's just going to go into obscurity.
I don't know.
I hope not.
I really don't know. I really don't know where the Miz goes from here. I mean, this feud with Dean Ambrose is obviously going to culminate in another Intercontinental title match. He already won the number one contender match, so we already know that. I'm assuming it'll be at Extreme Rules. They haven't really announced when that match is going to be. Or maybe they have. Maybe it's on Raw this week for all I know. I don't even fucking know. Because I literally don't care enough right now. Right now, I'm at a very low point in wrestling when I shouldn't be. We always talk about the end of the year as a very tough time for us to get through wrestling after SummerSlam.
True.
And through Royal Rumble, pretty much. But I'm already 1 month removed from WrestleMania, and I already don't give a fuck.
I love how we have a podcast where we're just like, yeah, we really don't like wrestling right now. Like we're talking about this, but we really don't like it. So let's kind of like talk about something that was good, I guess. I was actually sort of into the tag team turmoil match. I don't know how you feel about that.
No, I was too. Go ahead. I know you had more thoughts about it.
Yeah. So the prior week or 2 weeks before that,
last week it was.
Kurt Angle was around, and the Golden Truth asked Kurt Angle for a tag team title match against the Hardy Boys. And he said, "Listen, guys, your win-loss record isn't that good," which is true. They lose all the time,
right? And
rightfully so. They shouldn't deserve a title match unless they earn it.
Right?
Makes total sense. Wow, logic in wrestling. That's a crazy thought. So they get announced that they're going to be part of this tag team turmoil match for the number one contendership, which will be at Extreme. Well, I don't know actually when the match will take place. I'm assuming Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not clear on when all these matches are.
Yeah, I know. They're very vague about this part, you know. So I don't know, man. Like I got it. You know, Goldust cut a good a promo backstage with the Ron Truth, and he was like,
Ron Truth.
I was gonna say Ron the Truth Killings.
Well, yeah,
R-Truth.
R-Truth. Okay.
Yeah, and he was really into it. Like he really wanted to win. Like you got me. This was like the first time in a long time that I believed in Goldust. I'm like,
I know. Yeah,
I was really invested in it. I'm like, and it goes to show you how talented this guy still is. He's an older guy. He's not really in the landscape of WWE too much. I mean, he's there kind of just to put other guys over, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I just thought
it was booked.
I was well booked, and I was really into the storyline. I think I actually tweeted, I'm like, I really want Golden Truth to win this. I know they probably won't, but I'm like,
you know what I liked about it too is that at first it seemed like R-Truth was just being his normal self and taking it whatever, you know.
Making it
he's listening on his iPod on his on his headbuds earbuds or something. And Golden Truth's like, yo, listen up. I want to talk to you. And it goes to show how good a 1 week's worth of programming could be if they just give it give the proper guy the proper time to say something as little as it was.
Not scripted.
How long did Goldust talk for? A minute?
Minute. Maybe.
And all it did was build them up as a potential team to win the tag team turmoil match.
And, like, even on the Twitter feed, I saw a lot of people like, wow, I hope Golden Truth wins tonight. Like, I'm kind of rooting for Golden Truth. And I'm like, yeah, so am I, actually. You know, but and I thought they were kind of going to win this because I don't know who the first... Enzo Amore and I think... who started it? I think Gallus and Anderson, or...
let's see.
I know Enzo and
Cass started, and they took on...
Oh, I think the Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus. Right,
So,
Cesaro and Sheamus went the distance.
Yeah, so Cesaro, you know, quickly tapped Enzo with the sharpshooter. Then Gallus and Anderson came out.
Well, there were other... There were Heath Slater and Rhino.
I'm forgetting the order.
Yeah, the order doesn't matter, but Heath Slater and Rhino were in it briefly, and they got eliminated.
So they kind of like ran through the roster, and then like I'm like, oh my god, like Golden Truth is last, and I'm like,
Gallows and Anderson were eliminated, and then it became the last two teams were Goldust and R-Truth and Cesaro and Sheamus. So
yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, okay, this could actually make sense. I know Cesaro and Sheamus have been on a roll lately. They got this feud going on with the Hardy Boys, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay. Realistically, if they were in the first two teams and they went through like 3 other tag teams, right, and they had fought, you know, competitive matches, I'm like, it could make sense for Golden Truth to pick up an upset victory,
right? Because
you know their endurance is slow, you know, is lower
fresh,
at this point. Yeah, they're fresh guys. I could totally see them pulling the upset, and you know, unfortunately, they kind of got eliminated pretty quickly. I think I forgot how they lost, but. Yeah,
Sheamus and Cesaro put the boots to Golden Truth. The Hardy Boys made their entrance. It doesn't really say how they won.
Yeah, but they won anyway, and I just like.
Oh yes, yes. So R-Truth went for some corner move, and Cesaro moved, and he rolled him up after he missed. And and he got the 3 count on R-Truth. So Cesaro and Sheamus won. And are going to face the Hardy Boys for the tag titles. But, I mean...
So this is a little glimmer of, like... This is like those little glimmers of, like, fun stuff that happens. Like,
right, this is how WWE could be every week. Like, they could just do a one-off. Like, this is a one-off. Like, Golden Truth might have, like... They might have earned some respect from the, you know, from the wrestling crowd. And kind of, like, maybe gave us some more renewed interest in them going forward, possibly. But even if that doesn't happen, this was a perfect way... of having 1 week where it was like, all right, let's build up this one team for 1 week, and like let's have you believe that they're gonna win. And I kind of was watching it too, and I was like, holy shit, you're right. Golden Truth is gonna win this match here, and you know, obviously they lost, but it was good storytelling. It was a good way to build them up and not make it obvious that Cesaro and Sheamus were gonna win. Yeah, it was well done. It was very well done, and I just wish they could apply this aspect of that to the whole WWE brand, where just like everything isn't so boring and repetitive, and we have these 6-man tag matches every fucking week. Like, where who gives a shit if the heel or the face team wins? Like stuff like this is more exciting to me. This is more exciting than the main events that they had on both Raw and SmackDown this week. Right. I couldn't give 2 shits about the 6-man tag match on SmackDown, and I did not give a shit about Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt on Raw. I just didn't care.
Yeah, and I think I was like talking about this maybe a week or 2 ago, how like I really complained about the fact that, you know, they have these stipulations for matches where if like you beat the champion, then you get a match at the pay-per-view, and 9 times out of fucking 10, the challenger does score the victory over the champion. Right. I know that you disagreed with me on that, you know, that you were okay with it for the most part, but it's just like that. It seems like that's such... At this point, it's lazy storytelling.
Yeah, it's overdone at this point, too.
Once in a while, it's okay to do that, you know?
It's okay once in a while, but when that's like their go-to way to get a fucking feud going, it's a little repetitive and kind of predictable. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
What else happened on Raw? We had Miz versus Finn Balor, which was a pretty good match. It wasn't very long.
It wasn't very long, I think.
But it was a good match. I mean, Finn, and you know, Miz pinned, I think he pinned Finn Balor in the triple threat match the prior week, or did he pin...
He pinned Finn Balor, because Bray Wyatt came out to hit the Sister Abigail.
Right. So it was a good way to give Finn Balor the... the rebound win after getting cheated out of a win the prior week. Yeah. But, like, this is what I'm talking about before with Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. Like, they were kind of building towards a Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt feud. And now Finn Balor... Bray Wyatt, I think, is now moving up on the ladder because Braun Strowman got hurt. So now Braun is, out of the picture. Bray Wyatt's going to move up the card. So now Finn Balor is kind of left without a feud. So now he's just kind of like... he needs a win here, I guess. So, like, I feel like they don't really know what to do with Finn Balor now, because I feel like his feud with Bray Wyatt has been scrapped, because they basically didn't acknowledge it at all this week. They both had separate matches, didn't interact at all, so I think that's what's going on. So it's kind of like, this is the unfortunate...
It's up in the air right now.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing when you start these feuds and then somebody gets injured, kind of have to shuffle the deck a little bit. What else happened on Raw?
There was something that was, I think that if we keep going, I think there was something I was kind of talking about. I'll keep going. I know, it was really good. We really don't have much, it's been a kind of a quiet week on in WWE wrestling, besides, the big news being Braun Strowman getting injured. Mm-hmm. The Samoa Joe Seth Rollins match. I actually didn't see it, but it
was a good match. It was a good match. But again, it's a pay-per-view quality match on a Raw. They let it go 15 minutes, which is good. That's usually a good time. The crowd was, from what I remember, the crowd was pretty into it, but it was a fucking DQ ending. So it's like, I get that you don't want to throw a free pay-per-view quality match on a Raw, even though it's a rematch from the previous pay-per-view. But, like, he got DQ'd because he wouldn't break the Coquina clutch or something, or he kept hitting him into the exposed turnbuckle. Right, they exposed the turnbuckle and you DQ'd him for doing that. It's just like, I just watched 15 minutes of a great match, and then just to give me this ending, like, I'm just like, I just don't, I hate like bullshit, like, cop-out endings like that. Like, I really don't like them. I've never liked them. And it like, they just had a match. Like, why couldn't Joe just beat Seth Rollins this time? Like, they just had a match at the pay-per-view. Rollins beat him clean. Like, why can't Joe beat him clean? Like, I get he's being a dirty heel and he's being pissed off and gets DQ'd, but at the same time, like, I want, like, what they did with the Golden Truth. Like, that was good. 1 week of build for that, and that's all they needed to make that match work. And then, like, we have a rematch of a pay-per-view match, and it ends in a fucking DQ. So, like, are they gonna fight at the next pay-per-view again? I don't want to see Joe and Rollins again. Like,
I would imagine that's what's gonna happen. And it's Extreme Rules, so I'm sure it's gonna be a no DQ because they had a DQ.
DQ. So it'll be some kind of Extreme Rules match. So whatever.
Also, like, I've just been, like, really into Alexa Bliss lately. Just in general. I mean, I don't know what really she did on.
She had...
I have such a horrible memory right now of what happened on Monday. It's sad. She fought Mickie James. It was a pretty good match. The crowd was more into Bayley than that was ringside with Mickie James. So I felt bad for Mickie James. I'm like, like she's a good quality wrestler. Like, let her, do her thing.
Yeah.
And, everyone was more into chanting the Bayley song and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. I mean, they were in UK, so, they love, like, any good theme song, pretty much. Like, they love Fandango's theme song. They love Bayley's song. They love Sami Zayn's song. Like, they care more about the theme songs than the actual matches most of the time. So it wasn't a surprise to see them not give a shit about this match and just sing Bayley's fucking song the whole time.
I know.
It's horrible. Like, we're recording an episode of this podcast, and I really don't even know where we're going to talk about. I mean, there's one thing I do want to talk about later, but I guess we'll wait till we get to that. What else happened on Raw? We talked about the tag team. I know, it's like our old format. We're going through the card one by one. Gallagher versus TJP. It was quick. I mean,
this is like the fucking worst.
The show. It's like
what the hell is that?
Should I introduce our guest on our podcast? I didn't even. Tell
we do have a guest.
Yeah,
huh? I didn't even know that. Wow. Thanks for. Hi. Oh, I didn't recognize that voice before. It must be somebody new. I don't know who is that.
I'm George.
Hey, George. Maybe like elaborate on like what your last name is or something like that. I don't know who the hell you are.
George Costanza.
Are you from you're from Seinfeld?
Ah,
yes.
That's awesome.
Oh,
all right, cool. I gotta ask you a lot.
Thanks for joining us, George.
I gotta ask you a lot of questions about the Yankees later.
Okay.
You must think I'm pretty stupid.
No, I don't think you're stupid or anything like that. I just think that you're just you're just joining us for the podcast. I'm pretty stupid too, so like I can't really complain.
Yeah.
I happen to be very good friends with Keith Hernandez.
Okay.
That's interesting. Well, we were talking about the Yankees, not the Mets, but
that's okay.
That's fine.
A baseball player that's better than
Yeah.
Not knowing one, so
Yeah.
I don't know any baseball players, honestly.
All right. Well, cool. Thanks for joining us. Anyway. Yeah.
Why not?
Nah,
Why?
no.
I don't know. Why not? Anyway. Again, the Raw is so like boring this week. Like Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. Like
Someone tweeted that they're like they showed a GIF, whatever the fuck it's called, on of Alicia Fox doing her Great Northern Lights suplex because like she can bend really well,
Yeah.
so like it's an incredible move to Sasha Banks, and they're like, wow, Alicia Fox is such a good wrestler, and they showed that. I'm like, why? Because she can bend better than most women wrestlers? Like, what the fuck? I actually kind of wanted to go back to when she would fucking decapitate people. Remember that? That was the fucking best. That was so unintentionally
we used to talk about
bad.
That. She was like Booker T, but if Booker T was a psycho
Amazing.
killer. It was like a meth head. Like she used to do the fucking scissor
That's
kick
awesome.
and literally boot with like her fucking giant heels like in the back of the head like Joy. Remember Joy Giovanni? I remember she fucking killed Joy Giovanni. I'm pretty sure she left the company after that. She's like, I'm not into this shit. Like
This is not a safe work environment
Like-
for wrestling. She said that.
Right.
It's not safe.
This show is just like, it's so fucking forgettable. Who gives a shit about Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox? You just said last week.
Alicia Fox. There we
Like
go.
you just said last week, like how you don't care about Sasha and she's just like there.
I don't.
And this is a perfect example of she's just there.
She's just there, dude. There's nothing about her. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, Bayley's moved on to Nia Jax or Alexa Bliss. I really don't know who she's feuding with at the moment. But Sasha is like completely
out of the picture. Yet they just throw in a random squash match against Alicia and she wins in 2 minutes. Like, okay, thanks.
And it's
thanks
just
for that.
yeah.
That's really going to develop my love or hatred for her, seeing her wrestle for 2 minutes. I'm sorry, 2-minute matches never get the fucking job done for me. They never will, and they never have.
I think 2-minute jobs are okay. You know, if you're like in the mood, it's totally fine. You don't need a 10-minute job or a 20-minute job. 2 minutes is fine too.
I stopped by the house to drop the car off, and I went inside for a few minutes. I was alone.
Well, what were you? I mean, you know, if you were alone, you were for 1 minute. I mean, what could have gone wrong, really?
My mother caught me.
Ooh.
Doing what?
First she screams, George, what are you doing, my God?
You don't ever want to get caught doing that from your parents.
No!
Oh, boy.
This show is just... Let's just say... I mean, I guess you could insinuate that he might have been...
I'm buck naked.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
were, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
You never want to get caught by your parents being butt naked.
Of course.
Anyway,
this is big footage.
okay, let's go back to Raw. I mean...
Why?
I don't
Who
even...
gives a fuck about Raw?
I'm
done.
That's the problem, though. We have the Wretched Wrestling podcast here. We talk about wrestling every fucking week, and
Yeah?
We're here.
We're there?
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then we get to Raw, and this not a pay-per-view last week, not a pay-per-view this week, and it's just so forgettable. Aside from the Braun Strowman segment where he got written off by TV getting attacked by Roman Reigns, and the tag team turmoil match, this show was completely missable, and you wouldn't have any lesser knowledge of the product right now because this was such a forgettable show. Like, why did Dean Ambrose fight Bray Wyatt? Because
in a non-title match. Oh, my fucking God.
Miz threw him in a fucking match. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck.
Why is Stephanie calling the shots anyway at this point? I thought she was written off television.
Yeah.
And not all of a sudden she's allowed to be, I guess you can call shots technically, but we never heard of it. This doesn't make fucking sense, people. I'm fucking don't. Oh, my God. I don't know. Maybe we can talk about SmackDown. Maybe we can find some glimmer of hope in there.
SmackDown was a little bit better, but I mean, again, at the same time, it's the same formulaic fucking wrestling formula. I said formula twice in the same sentence, but whatever. I'm just like WWE. I just repeat myself, and I just spew out the same words every fucking week.
I know you wanted to give Jinder Mahal a chance, and it was something different. Dude, he's so bad, man.
He was really bad.
He's really bad. Like, he cut that promo on Randy Orton. I'm like, dude, this is so bad.
Yeah, because when he cut a promo after he won some match, I forget what match, like when he won it, he was like, I guess he was
Sami
still...
Zayn?
Yeah, he was like still amped up, like pretty amped up from like wrestling, I guess.
Steroids.
So he cut like a good like angry promo, and I was like, all right, maybe this won't be so bad.
Yeah.
And then this week he comes out and interrupts Randy Orton talking. Randy Orton was talking about the House of Horrors match because again, remember this was Randy Orton's like first appearance since I don't even remember. I don't even remember if he appeared last week on SmackDown. That's how little I remember. He's talking about the House of Horrors. Then he starts talking about Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal comes out and he cuts the worst promo, totally unconvincing. With the Bollywood Boys, Bollywood Boys have no fucking charisma whatsoever. They just constantly do this thing behind them. They're just like.
They just nod.
They just like nod like Jinder Mahal.
I agree with him.
I'm the Maharaja, and they're just like. And I'm like, okay, can you do anything else? Can you just be like, can you go to a guy in the front row and be like, shut up, he's talking. Like, give me something, Bollywood Boys, whatever you're fucking called now, the Singh brothers, gives a fuck. Anyway, Kevin Owens has the line of the fucking night when he interrupts, and he goes, nobody cares about the House of Horrors, nobody cares about Jinder Mahal, and the crowd starts cheering. He goes, nobody cares about, and he's like, wait, just a minute, nobody cares about London, and they're like, boo. It was fucking great.
That was funny.
Kevin Owens wants a future world title match against Randy Orton as well, because apparently, everybody wants one. And then,
So do I.
And it just becomes the same old formulaic thing. Like, a guy now...
Now he comes out. AJ Styles comes out because he's feuding with Tim at Backlash.
Right.
And then...
Baron Corbin comes out. Then Sami Zayn comes out.
Oh, wait a minute. We're all in the ring. What should I do? 3-on-3 match.
Wait a minute. There's 6 guys in the ring. 3 good guys, 3 bad guys. What do we do here, Fred? I think they should all go home and retire for the night, right?
No, we should have a 4-on-2 match.
4-on-2?
No. I meant 3-on-3.
5-on-1? 5-on-1 match, right?
Yeah.
They should have a 6-pack challenge match, right? No, of course, it's a 6-man tag. We know this is gonna happen. As soon as fucking the fourth...
Are they all, standing in a row in the hallway, like, okay, I'm going to come out next. Like, just to let you know, in 2 minutes you have to speak, because I'm going to interrupt you.
It's fucking
so
terrible.
make your point quickly.
It was so
like,
stupid.
what is it? Like, I hate when they play the music. It's like, God damn it, shut the fuck up.
I know.
And then this bothered me the most because... And I get that they got to get the heel team over. But Natalya beat Becky, I Love You Lynch.
Oh my god, yeah.
And Natalya, for anyone that does not know, is one of our least favorites out there. Besides Dean the Dolphin Fucker.
She's like up there on our top Wretched. We should have like a Wretched 5. You want to start the Wretched 5?
The Wretched 5! That's a good idea.
Let's get paper.
Okay.
Alright guys, we're going to do our first episode of the Wretched 5.
He's getting a piece of paper.
I'm getting it. This is official now.
This is going to be official. This is our first document.
All right. Now, we didn't talk about Roman Reigns a lot, but I feel like he's just, regardless, always going to be number 1.
Yes. He is Roman.
All right. So, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, number 1.
Number 2.
Dean Ambrose.
Ambrose.
I have to go with Dean, because Dean was especially annoying in his role as general manager.
And at least Natalya tries.
Yeah.
And Dean does not try.
Okay.
I wish he was on this podcast one day. I would fucking rip him a new asshole. Number 3. I'm going to go with...
This is tough.
No, I can't go to Talia on number 3. She doesn't... She's on the bottom, I think.
Yeah, she's like of lesser importance, so it should go later on the card. I'm gonna put her at 5. So let's put her in at number 5.
Okay. I don't think John Cena belongs in the top 5. Not anymore.
John Cena hasn't been there, so he hasn't wrestled since WrestleMania.
He couldn't do anything right now, so he's okay.
He really can't be any worse. He's probably number 6, though. If we're really talking.
Probably.
So who is up there right now?
Oh boy,
this is tough. We can't even come up with a Wretched 5. This is how bad our podcast is. We come up with a segment, and we can't even do the Wretched 5.
No, I have like a block in my brain.
So we already talked about how bad Jinder Mahal was on the card. Do you see that on his promo? So does that put him at 3, or does that put him at number 4 right now?
I feel like it's too early to put him on the list because he hasn't had much of anything.
Okay, that's fair. Right now, Fred's in a forgiving mood right now.
I am right now.
All right. We don't have to finish this right now. We can finish it throughout the show. All right, so we got Roman at 1, Dean at 2, and Natalya at 5. 3 and 4.
I'm totally forgetting someone too.
I know. We'll remember it once we read it. Yeah, I
I
mean,
think Stephanie McMahon belongs on that list somewhere.
no, okay.
Except her tits safe.
So this welcoming committee on SmackDown
Comedian?
with the comedian. Yeah, it's what's his name again? I think he said his name was.
Elaine.
No, it's
No,
not,
it wasn't that.
Raymond.
No.
The soda.
No. Who the
Keith Hernandez.
No, stop.
Ben
Keith.
Cantwell.
Because you know Keith Hernandez doesn't mean you should just stop keep mentioning
It's
him.
me, George Costanza.
Oh, George Costanza.
All
All
right,
right,
okay.
all right.
Fuck.
Thank you for
Christ.
clarifying.
Jesus, you gotta know your own fucking name.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the issue with this. Okay, so Natalia, Carmella,
You
Tamina.
can't finish the rest of 5. This is terrible, Bill.
Be quiet. I can put you on.
Oh, I'm surprised I'm not on there.
I mean, okay, so the committee has like basically they're all mad that Charlotte got an immediate title match.
Yes.
Now, which she has already subsequently lost, and well, she didn't technically lose. She got it was interference and she lost. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Like, they're still pissed that she got the title match, even though she doesn't have one in the future.
Oh, I got one. Sorry.
Fred's got one for the list.
3 or 4. Randy Orton.
4. He's not that pissing me off that much right now.
Okay.
God, your handwriting is...
I know, my handwriting's horrible.
Randy Orton, Fred writes.
Get it? Because he's boring.
I got
it?
I got it.
All right, good.
Craig, you understand this, right?
Yes, I do.
I love that we have our inside jokes between 4 people and who don't even watch our podcast are watching this. I mean, Jesus. I lost a page. This is just the worst. This is the worst. But like, okay, so all right. So Becky has had to unite Naomi and Charlotte, who don't like each other, last week.
Yeah.
And now this week, they're kind of like all on the same side, but Charlotte's still kind of being a fucking heely bitch. So like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know if
It's so weird.
It's very weird. Like, obviously, the heels are going to stay the heels, but like, I don't know about Charlotte now because like at first it was more about turning her face to just even out the playing field. So you have three women faces, 3 women heels.
Yes.
And now I'm not so sure. So what exactly are they doing with this? Like, is Charlotte going to heel out, or is she gonna like just become a face? Like, I had a thought that maybe she's going to have. This alliance with Charlotte and Becky. I'm sorry, Naomi and Becky. I can't fucking talk. And she's gonna use them to get her opportunity that was taken away from her. And then as soon as she gets that opportunity, she's gonna turn on both of them.
That's interesting.
And then I feel like she's gonna like manipulate them to an extent to get her women's championship match that was wrongly taken away from her.
Yeah.
And use them to get that opportunity again, only to once she finally gets it to kick them to the curb and not give them any opportunities and completely heel out again. Because I don't know if you were watching
Charlotte feud.
Yeah, I think that's where it goes because we know the history with Becky Lynch. Is Becky Lynch has all these like friends and all these friends that she comes up with, and they all turn on her. Like it happened with.
Yeah, what the hell?
It happened with.
I would never do that.
It happened with Charlotte, Sasha, and what were their name? PCB or something?
PCP? I don't know.
PCB? Was Paige in it at one point? I don't know.
Yeah, it was Paige.
Yeah, right. And Sasha was in another one. Right, and then, Charlotte turned on her.
Natalya turned on her.
And then Natalya turned on her. So I feel like they're going to go that route again, where Charlotte and her are going to get along, and, like, Charlotte's just going to be like, we got to fight for the greater good for us, and then, like, she's going to fuck her over again. That's just my feeling, because last week she seemed like last week when I was watching, I was like, oh, she's a face again. Like, this is weird that we were talking about it last week.
It was weird.
And now this week, it just seemed like she seemed more standoffish about, like, the whole idea of, like, having a tag with Naomi and Becky. Like, she was almost, like, felt dirty that she was even, like, at ringside with her.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see them in a match. I mean, like, because I don't really care about anybody else. Like, Carmella, Tamina, Natalya. I mean,
they're all kind of.
I like Tamina. I just want to see her more. I don't know why they don't make her wrestle. Why doesn't she wrestle? She's good. I actually like her. I don't get it.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe
do they have a problem with her? Like, is it a whole Jimmy Snuka thing? Like,
yeah. That's the problem with the women on SmackDown is that the 3 best women's wrestlers are all faces right now. So I think it she almost has to return heel as soon as this like brief alliances are over, because it's It's just like I don't want to see Natalya. You know, they don't have Alexa Bliss anymore, so you know there's no that like top level heel that they have.
Yeah.
So who's gonna be the heel like challenging Naomi for the title? Natalya?
No.
Ooh, Tamina? No, I'm sorry, she just hasn't been exposed enough. And Carmella, you know, she's really hit or miss in the ring. I never really know it. And then they have this fucking these promos for Lana, dude. Why do they do this
I forgot
shit?
about this shit.
Why do they do this shit? Like, they build up people for so long in these video segments that by the time that they come, you're just like, yay! Like they did it with Emelina and
speaking of her. I wish she was on SmackDown as
Emma, yes.
Because she's kind of like overshadowed now. There's too many people on there, and and Emma's a good wrestler. She's good. You know, I find her credible as a heel. I mean, for the most part,
yeah.
I mean, she would have fits perfectly on SmackDown.
Yeah,
and,
I'm surprised they didn't move her.
Unfortunately, you know, and then you also have like all these other people on Raw, like Dana Brooke, you have Alicia Fox, yeah, Becky. I mean, Bailey. You have Sasha. Nia Jax. It's too much. And then Mickey James, Alexa Bliss. There's too many. I think. Oh man, they really wasted a good opportunity.
They really did.
Because Lana, she can't wrestle, right?
Right, Lana can't wrestle. And I don't know if you've seen the videos of her dancing on the chair. Have you seen any of them?
No, I haven't.
She's not even good at it. It's like you'd think like a sexy woman like Lana would be able to like do some kind of like cool dance, but like they're playing this like saxophone music in the background, and I'm watching. I'm like, she's not very good at this. This is not good. Like she's just going like. I'm like, this isn't good. Like I don't know.
I'd rather see Val Venus doing that.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies.
All right, let's talk about the best part of SmackDown, and maybe the best part of wrestling this week. Let's talk about the Fashion Files, because this was so fucking good. This is the second week that they've done this. We didn't talk about it at all last week, because I guess we had so much other shit to talk about. But
we talk about Payback, yeah.
Yeah, last week they were talking about the Usos, and they were calling them the Uggos and stuff.
Yeah, the Uggos.
What was the thing you told me they said?
They were talking about like a list of fashion crimes that they committed and stuff like that. It's just the fucking funniest shit. Like talking about how they walk around like nobody's business. So they say, "Oh, jaywalking or Jimmy walking."
That was a good line.
It made me fucking crack up. I'm like, just
And then this
week
just
making fun of the Usos. I don't know if it was a reason for making fun of the Usos or if they won a number one contendership match. But apparently they just don't like the Usos now. They're both technically heel tag teams.
Right, yeah. Like I don't think Breezango's turned face, but they're kind of acting face-ish.
Yeah.
Because like
making fun of the Ascension.
These programs have been really funny. This episode of the Fashion Files, they found paint and it looked like blood on the floor, and there's like they followed a trail, and they're like he's wearing like a fucking like Sherlock Holmes thing, and Breezango and Fandango's wearing like a fucking like coat or something. I forget. One of them was wearing like a police outfit. One of them was wearing Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. I can't remember who was who. But it was just really funny. And then like they kept insisting that it was the Uggos, aka the Usos.
Yeah.
Because like they used to wear face paint, but then like Tyler Breeze is like, and Tyler Breeze is like really not good at acting. But like he's like, but Fandango, they haven't worn face paint in months. And he's like maybe they're doing it to mask up. Tyler Breeze goes like, maybe they're trying to do it to confuse which one is Jimmy and which one is Jay. And Fandango, completely deadpan, goes, yeah, but who cares which one is which? I fucking lost it. I was watching this at work, like on my iPhone, and I just like was like, because it was so fucking funny. Like he's right. Who gives a shit which fucking Uso is which? I thought it was fucking great, and it ended up being the Ascension were wearing their face paint. And they were getting like revved up in like a closet by themselves, going and they just like open the door and go like, "That's a case closed." And they moved on. I don't know why, but this is fucking working. Whatever it takes to get Breezango on TV, I'll take it because we liked them like months ago when they didn't even have a gimmick. They were just like kind of tagged together randomly. Remember that?
I've always been like a big Fandango fan. Anyway, Tyler Breeze, I was kind of like hit or miss. Like he kind of just stares at his fucking phone the whole time. I'm like, all right, come on, do a little
Give me something more.
Give me something more. I've always been, even like I was watching, like I used to watch like old, back in NXT, back when they were on Sci-Fi or whatever.
Yeah.
And back in like 2011, when
yeah,
he was when Fandango was Johnny Curtis.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like just the way he's like so awkward looking and like that's like yeah, all right. Like, he's so like weird and stuff. And
yeah, I mean I don't know why they haven't given him really much of an opportunity. Like the gimmick of Fandango is so stupid, so he just kind of
still made it work.
He made it work, even though it was pretty much destined to fail. So, I mean, we got to give him some credit that they're at least giving him a program to work with now.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy with. So I'm looking forward to more episodes of the Fashion Files because that's literally, now that Braun Strowman's hurt, that's my favorite thing in wrestling right now is the Fashion Files.
I'll give you that, too.
That's fucking terrible, but I'll take it.
Yeah, considering Shinsuke Nakamura is like finally on the fucking main roster.
Right, yeah.
That we really would be more excited about this. Of course, we're not.
But they've done nothing with him. He got called up, right after the Superstar shakeup, and he's literally just come out and cut terrible promos because he can't cut a promo.
Right.
Shinsuke Nakamura is all about his fucking intro and his fucking matches. That's all about him. Like,
so what do we do when we call him up?
We don't throw him in a goddamn match once.
At all.
We're gonna save it for Backlash. But we've all seen him wrestle before in NXT. It's not.
We all know what he's like.
It's not special, Everybody, even like the people who don't watch NXT, has probably seen his match with Sami Zayn.
At least,
right? So why save him? Save him for a pay-per-view when, first of all, you already told us that the pay-per-view is experimental because you're putting Jinder Mahal in the main event. Why do we have to wait for a fucking match for Shinsuke? And Ziggler, in his own right, should have been. He should be. I feel like we've talked about this a lot in the past. That his heel turn should have been, better things for him. Should have been like the beginning of a new horizon for him, climbing up the ladder, getting a new place on the card. And he's just kind of been treading water too. So it's like.
I know. I don't really care about this feud because I know what's going to happen.
Right, it's going to be Shinsuke's first win. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler's not going to beat him. Dolph Ziggler beats nobody, and it'll be a good match. It'll be entertaining, I'm sure. But again, the build is just not. It's just not where it should be.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to do it where it was like an NXT where he made his debut against Sami Zayn, and then it's going to be a good match, but no one really gives a fuck about Sami Zayn's completely different in NXT than Dean Ambrose was.
Right.
I mean Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler.
Right.
Everybody knows he's gonna fucking lose. I mean, I guess people thought that Sami Zayn was gonna lose anyway.
Yeah.
In NXT when Shinsuke debuted, but still
But at that point,
something different about it.
Yeah, right. Well, back then, you didn't even have the WWE. Nobody had seen his WWE intro. Nobody knew what he was going to be. He just appeared on the screen one time and just called out Sami Zayn. It's like, you and me to take over, and that was it. And he didn't show up until the pay-per-view. So that kind of that was the exciting part about it. Now he's there every week. He does his intro, and then it's just all right, let's have me cut a terrible Japanese promo when I can't speak English pretty much at all.
Yeah, we know that he can't really. So but you should at least try to hide that for a little bit until he learns better English.
Yeah, keep him off the mic and keep him in the ring because that's what's gonna get him over. His intro and his fucking match quality. Throwing him out there and having him cut promos every week, it's not gonna fucking do it right now.
I know.
I mean, anyway, what else happened on Raw? SmackDown. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper had a singles match. I feel like I've seen this match a million times, even though I don't think we have. But Eric Rowan won, which was surprising.
Why did he win?
I don't know, man. I guess.
What's the game? What's the end game here?
I don't know. Maybe it's the beginning of a feud between them that culminates at Backlash. I mean, Backlash is a SmackDown pay-per-view, and they don't have a lot of star power right now.
I guess so.
They threw, and especially on this SmackDown, they threw all the main eventers in the main event. So,
I got number 3, by the way.
Oh, you got number 3? Where's got number 3? Yeah,
Vinnie Mac.
Vinnie Mac is number 3. Wow.
Well, he should actually be number 1 technically, or number 2, but I'm gonna put that on there for number 3. I know it's random.
Fred elaborate. I have to take a list.
Yeah, you know what? Because Vinnie Mac needs to be on here. He makes all the decisions, all the terrible decisions that we always bitch about and stuff like that. It just seems like the natural thing to do. I don't know. I don't know. So what do we got here? So the main event was Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, and Baron Corbin, in which Jinder Mahal pinned Randy Orton, who teamed up with Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. I think that was a pretty good match. Let's see, Baron Corbin, you can't go wrong with him. I guess he's feuding with Sami Zayn now more. I kind of like that feud. I think that would be something that would put Baron Corbin over really well. I mean, and not that he really needs it, and he's been holding his own. He's been cutting good promos. He's been having great matches with a lot of great superstars. Sami Zayn, I guess it just seems like the natural fit. I mean, what else can you really do with Baron at this point? You know, he's not feuding for the United States title, or for the world, and then you know that they're going to have a good match at Extreme Rules. So that'll be pretty good. What else? I'm really looking forward to Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. I feel like that hasn't been a match anywhere. I could be wrong on that one. I don't even think in Ring of Honor. They may have fought in like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, but I don't think that they've ever actually wrestled one-on-one. Factual Jock Peck might be able to correct me on that one. That should be an interesting matchup. I think Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, they have like this good... They both are sort of like high-spotty wrestlers where, you know, when we kind of talked about it with on a WrestleMania pre-show, that Jericho's more of a technical guy and Kevin Owens is more of the, you know, he could wrestle, but he could do more. He could do high spots. He's more of a high spots kind of guy, and AJ Styles kind of fits with that perfectly. I'm kind of just going over the last match quickly. With the
I overheard you said. You said it was Backlash. You said it was Extreme Rules, but they're fighting at Backlash. But yeah, it's all right.
I can't even keep track of these fucking pay-per-views.
I know.
So I think this is going to be a good mix. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to remember if Owens and Styles have ever actually fought each other.
Yeah, you know, I don't think so. I feel like
in like the Indies they've probably fought at least once or twice.
Probably,
the years,
but not like a high-profile match that that we're at least aware of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be a great fucking match. I think ultimately.
I think that and Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn is probably going to be like the two matches I'm really looking forward to at this pay-per-view.
I kind of wish Kevin Owens didn't have the United States title, which is stupid because that's his gimmick.
Really?
That's his gimmick right now. And that's like, you know, the whole face of America thing, and he's getting like cheap heel heat from that. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I kind of don't want AJ Styles fighting for the United States title, you know? Like, kind of like takes away from the match. Like, I feel like just Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles in itself is the moneymaker there. Like, you don't need to throw a fucking random title on it. Like, let Dolph Ziggler and Shinsuke fight for the United States title, you know? Like, let fucking Luke Harper fight for the United States title. Like, give it to somebody who needs it. Like, honestly, I don't think Kevin Owens needs the United States title right now. Like, sure, it was perfect in his feud with Chris Jericho, but AJ Styles, like, you know, and like the whole thing where AJ Styles had to fight for an opportunity for this title, and then he missed out on a world title shot the next week. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I feel like WWE is just like, I feel like they stopped trying.
Yeah.
So
SummerSlam,
right? Like SummerSlam. God, so
Great Balls of Fire.
God,
so like Kevin, it's really a lose-lose situation. I think with them too. Like I think like if Kevin Owens, how do I explain this? AJ Styles loses. It's just not good for him in general.
Right.
Like, he should not be losing. No offense to Kevin Owens. He should not be losing.
No, he shouldn't. And he really shouldn't be losing pretty much ever unless it's, like, a really, like, storyline-driven match. Like,
right.
This one's not a storyline-driven match. It's just, like, we have nothing to do for either.
He just won it, you know. And if Kevin Owens loses, then he fucking lost the title in, like fucking, like, a month straight.
Twice in
like, a month or a month and a half. So, like, that doesn't do anything for him either, you know? So it's kind of like put you in a shitty situation here.
Yeah.
You know, not that I just think that AJ Styles is still like above Kevin Owens in some respects. You know.
How did we get to an hour, man? I feel like we're like stretching for time here. Like I got nothing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can.
I think I'm having a heart attack.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Talk about us.
Clearly.
I'm emotional.
No,
but I'm disturbed.
Listen, we're disturbed and emotional too, but we're gonna power through this, dude. We're gonna make this work, all right? That's
fine.
You okay? No, I'm not okay. Actually,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because you know what? I don't want to go into it this week.
Don't you find that strange?
Well, for me, it's strange because usually I end up talking about what I don't want to talk about, and Craig has to endure it. So I'm I'm gonna stay away from that for right now.
Well, should I call you later?
You want to call me later? Well, we can talk about it if you want. Craig, do you want to talk about it, or should me and George just talk about it?
Well, I had sex with your wife.
What? You had sex with Jen?
What the?
Whoa!
George Costanza just... I think that happened when you were in the bathroom, dude.
God damn. And leaves him room for 1 minute.
I mean, he said he had to go to the bathroom too, but he went up to the upstairs, and I think that's what happened.
Oh, smart. Smart cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point?
Okay.
I have nothing to talk about. This is like, I have nothing to talk about. This is a wrestling podcast. I watched all 5 hours of crappy WWE programming, and I have nothing to talk about because I'm so uninterested at this moment.
I know, and I had to watch Raw live on my fucking iPhone on the USA
Live.
Network.
Oh, man.
On
Commercials and all.
Yeah, it was bad.
Dude.
Because my TV for my DVR was fucked up.
I'm gonna throw a suggestion out for people out there, our listening audience, all 0 of you. We have a TiVo in my house now. And
TiVo?
And on certain channels, when you record a show, you can hit... When it goes to a commercial, you can hit the skip button, and it goes right to the next segment of the show.
That's awesome.
And USA Network is one of those channels that it works on. So when I fucking start watching Raw at 9 o'clock, I can just go turn it on, I can fast forward the shit I don't like, and then I get to a commercial, boop, skip that shit.
So
fucking great.
So when you do the TiVo, right, and you started at 9 o'clock, let's say?
Yeah.
Does it, when you skip the skip button, does it go right to 11 o'clock?
I wish it would. I really wish it would.
Did you tape that that new that show RuPaul's Drag Race?
Jerry's car gets hit and the other driver doesn't have any insurance, so the judge sentences him to be Jerry's butler.
The fuck you talking about, dude? You're talking about fucking TiVo.
I got no place to go.
Oh.
So I heard it's a good show. It's about apparently it's supposed to be about cars and stuff like that because it's drag racing and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, RuPaul's apparently into drag racing and stuff like that.
That's cool.
I thought it was gonna be about something else, and I thought maybe I'd be a little more interested in it, but apparently it's about NASCAR. I'm not really interested too much in it and stuff cars.
Drag racing is a little dangerous.
Because you know what it is. It's
I could have been killed.
Could have been killed.
It could have been killed, and stuff. I don't know.
You are a laughing stock. You are a joke. These people are laughing at you.
That's not nice, dude. I mean,
that's really uncalled for.
Yeah, sometimes I say weird shit, but I'm not a laughing stock, am I? I don't know.
My father's gay.
Whoa. What does that fucking mean, dude? Are you trying to set me up with your dad? I mean, that's fucked up because I'm not that way, dude.
Yes.
No, I'm not gay. I'm fucking straight. Like a fucking straightest man in the fucking world.
I'd really like to have sex with a tall woman.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good.
That's pretty good, I guess, it's a tall woman. I mean, that's kind of interesting. There's a lot to climb over, but...
Is it my imagination that the really good-looking women walk a lot faster than everybody else?
Yeah, I do notice that, actually. They're usually walking in, the opposite direction of me. But, I guess I don't know what's wrong with me, I guess,
Hey, is anybody listening?
No, nobody's listening to this.
Nobody's fucking listening
We have lost. Nobody's listening to this. And you know what I think of that, Fred? That's what I think of this podcast. I think of WWE, and I think of this podcast, and I think...
Tuna on toast.
That's what the show is. It's
Tuna on toast. Chicken salad on rye.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
Nah, I think I'm okay tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to start getting into things and stuff, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
My mother wants me to see a psychiatrist now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I've been told that as well, because I don't know. I got some shit to fix up in my head,
What's going on in your life, Fred? Do tell. I feel like you've got something on your chest.
No. Yeah, I do. I don't know. I just think that a lot, what we were talking about last week, and we didn't get to talk about it much, even afterwards. You kicked me out of your house.
Right.
But, like I said, I went to Nashville the week before.
Yeah.
And I felt a lot of cell phones in pockets. when I was talking to girls. And you were saying something that it wasn't really a cell phone. And I did a lot of research this week about what that joke might have meant. It wasn't really a joke to me, but apparently it was a joke about that, or having you said maybe like a ruler in their pants, and I'm like, well, people don't, people except for math teachers carry rulers around.
That's fair.
And I just want to set the record straight that I don't know what's going on anymore. I've completely lost fucking control of my life.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you not sure about, though?
Well, first of all, I didn't realize that everybody, including women, had Adam's apples. I thought everybody did. Apparently they don't. Apparently just guys do. So now I'm fucking worried. I'm fucking worried that I made a lot of mistakes when I went on vacation.
What kind of a person are you?
Fred, I got something for you.
What?
Well, the jerk store called. They're running out of you.
That's fucking uncalled for, dude.
I think it's fine.
Kevin wants me to open up. I think I've opened up enough, dude, about anything.
I don't want to see him open up anymore. This is I like closed. I like things closed.
Exactly, man. I mean, I don't know, man.
Hey, what do you mean exactly?
Oh.
What do you like closed?
No.
Fred, do tell, please. Pretty, please.
I don't want to get into. I explained to you what happened. Okay. Now you were insinuating something else about what happened with the women that I was talking to.
Right.
Because I saw their Adam's apples.
Right.
I saw.
You felt.
No, I felt. I mean.
You felt candy bars in their pocket. You said?
I thought it was like a candy bar. It was like a slim.
One of your guys stole my Twix candy bar.
Yeah, like,
It can happen. Apparently.
So I thought, like, they just, people from Nashville liked candy, and I thought that if they were hungry at the bar, they would eat it.
I believe you just ate my Twix bar.
I didn't do that. I didn't eat their Twix bar.
Well, I mean, I guess you were starting to talk about candy, and George thought maybe it was you. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, like, I don't know. You just made me question a lot of things about myself, and I'm just, like, a little disturbed right now.
When you felt these candy bars in people's pockets, how should I put this?
Please, I'm very hungry.
Yeah, were you hungry?
Yeah, because I was drinking a lot, and I didn't have dinner that night, so I was pretty hungry. I was starving.
You were, like, really salivating for a nice chocolatey candy bar?
I was, like, especially since they had, like, a lot of hot dog stands there, I was really craving a hot dog. Why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not.
There was a lot of fucking hot dogs around. All different sizes and colors. What was the fucking big deal? They had bratwurst there too. It was pretty good, A little salty, but it was good.
Fred, George is going to ask you a question.
What?
For me.
I would like to dip my bald head in oil and rub it all over your body.
What the fuck?
Now, does that entice you?
Can you repeat the question?
I would like to dip my bald head in oil and rub it all over your body.
What bald are we talking about? What bald head are we talking about here?
His bald head.
What type?
I think he meant his head, like his
You could dip your head anywhere you want, George. As long as it's that head, that's fine.
This is wrong!
Okay, fine. It's wrong. I'm gonna tell you, dude.
That's so rude.
I'm letting you fucking dip your ball on me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why is that so
blowing
fucking...
off a little steam, so what?
We're all blowing off a little steam. We all built up, and we just gotta blow some steam off on each other. What's the fucking big deal?
I don't know, man. This gets a little more uncomfortable every week.
What's uncomfortable?
Nothing.
What are you doing Saturday night?
Saturday night, I'm free. I'm wide open. I'm fucking wide the fuck open.
Okay. Very good.
I just, it's fine.
I go in to use his private bathroom. Everybody Nobody uses it. And then I get a memo telling me to use the men's room in the hall. I mean, we share it with Pace Electronics. It's disgusting.
That was a long one.
That was a real long one. I don't know where to connect with that. All right. So anyway, I guess that was the Wretched Wrestling podcast.
And I will call you as soon as I get home.
Don't call me, please. You know, because that's when things really open up, and I don't want. You know, you already talk about dipping your fucking ball in my head, or whatever. Oh no, what the? I mean, dipping your head on.
Please.
He's asking nicely.
He is. I mean, if it really makes you feel better, I'll let you do it. Okay.
Yes.
But just remember one thing.
Yes.
I'm fucking all about that tang.
Yeah?
It's so hard for me to contain myself when I think about that. I'm just all about fucking laying that tang up and down.
Where the hell do you get the nerve? You invite me up the coffee and then you don't call me back for 4 days?
Apparently a lot of stuff happened between me and George I don't know about.
I think you don't remember. Fred, did you meet George when you were in Nashville?
I met like a guy. I mean, he was pretty cool. I mean, but,
Was he short?
He was short. He bought me a drink, which was nice because I was a little low on cash at that moment.
Of course.
I was a little tipsy myself, and then like I got really sleepy. So after the fact, so clearly I was tired at that point. It was late at night, and then I woke up the next day, and
Did your sleepiness come right after you drank a drink?
That's a good question. I think it did actually.
Okay.
And then, like, the next day...
Was it an open drink, like, just in a glass?
It was. It was a strawberry daiquiri, actually.
Boy.
It gave me, like, a little,
Oh, you put, like, a
little umbrella in it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That was really sweet of him to
Oh,
do
nice.
that.
Let me ask you a question. Did he put, like, a little, like... Let's call it a sugar cube. Did he put a little sugar cube in it?
Oh, yeah, because he said it wasn't sugary enough, even though it was a daiquiri. I mean, you know? So, like...
Naturally.
He did it. He said, let me add a little treat to it.
Up with you.
He said, like, let me add a little treat to it.
Oh, okay. You had a little treat.
I ate a little treat to it. So he added a little treat.
Where did you go after that?
Well, so the memory is foggy the next day, but my hamstrings and my glutes really hurt the next morning. So I thought I just walked home. I was assuming I walked home. And my memory's a little foggy at that point. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so that was really it. I mean, you know, case closed. I guess I just walked home and that was it. And I enjoyed a nice strawberry daiquiri.
Oh my god, guys, Fred was date raped.
Date raped?
Dude, you don't remember where you came from? You don't remember how you got home?
I was drunk! And I was filled with sugar.
Dude, that wasn't sugar.
He put so much sugar in me.
It was a lot of sugar, but it's not what he put in your drink, man.
What did he put in my drink?
He fucking gave you a little rape drug.
A rape drug?
You got Cosby'd.
What?
You got Cosby'd.
What? Are you kidding me? I was fucking date raped? But he was such a nice guy. He wouldn't have done that to me.
No, see,
he said if anyone was bothering me, he would walk me home. Because...
Fred, you're so gullible.
What?
What happened when you got home?
Well, at that point, I was so tired from the day that I just kind of passed out.
When you woke up, were you wearing clothing?
My shirt was off. My socks were off for some reason. And I must have when I went home, I must have hit against a branch or like a rose bush or something because my pants were ripped a little bit.
Oh my god!
It happened. I was drinking. I had too many strawberry daiquiris. What's the point? What's so wrong about that? Do you think something really bad happened to me? Do you think so, guys? The Wretched Five?
Alright. I think that's gonna wrap it up this week.
No. Oh boy.
I quit my job.
Wait.
I quit!
Hold on a second. Okay. a little anxious over here. Maybe we should go this week. I gotta reevaluate my life, dude.
You gotta retrace your steps. You have to go back to Nashville. You have to find this guy, and you have to ask him what happened.
Oh, no, I don't. All right, fine. I'll ask him what happened. He seemed very friendly. That's all. What the fuck, man? And I asked him, "Hey, are we gonna get some puss tonight?" And he said, "Yeah, we definitely are." And I said, "Yay." And then I assumed that we got some
Slam some puss.
We slammed some ass.
Right.
Girl ass.
Right. Right.
So I why? No, don't leave.
I'm gonna. I mean, this is my house, but I'm just gonna go. You can chill if you want.
No.
I'm just,
No, I can't. No, because I don't want to be alone right now.
Maybe need some alone time.
Can I stay over?
No.
No, but I thought you were going to be my friend.
Oh, we're friends.
We're friends,
just
but,
not right here, right now per se. But
okay. Well, but I'm gonna.
Bye.
No, wait, hold on.
Bye.
Please, I'm frightened, and I'm still a little sore from the walking. If you could just Craig, can you come back, please, for 2 seconds, please. Come back for 2 seconds, please. All right, fuck it. Okay. I'm gonna go home now, and I hope you enjoyed this shitty version of the Rest of the Wrestling podcast. Fuck, this is bad. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh God.